The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
So chase greatness and start understanding that he's gonna make everybody better.
The tape never lies.
I don't want to see your tape breakdowns if you cannot show me things that are negative about a guy that's on your current team.
Hashtag chase greatness. Hashtag take that.
Keep it 100.
Because I'll make this one more time clear. Caden Whitlow, cut it.
Keeping it 100.
He is the best quarterback I have ever scouted on tape.
The Chicago Bears select.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keep it in 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the fake and anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now they're mouthed up like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, draws get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane.
Give me some fucking names. We have 2 fucking games.
Fuck a play or a captain, all of the upstairs. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we lie, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trip sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest damn Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keeping It 100 on the best 4-letter network on the planet. I'm Ivan Vargas. Got a great show for you guys tonight. We'll have a patron on. I don't know about you guys, but you know the sting of defeat from Monday night is still lingering. But you know, let's hope that Phil and Shane, you know, talk us off the ledge and get us going and get us going for next week. Or this week, excuse me, against the Detroit Lions. Before we get started, like, share, and subscribe to the Tape Never Lies Network. Become a patron today at www.thetapeneverlies.com. And without further ado, let's bring out the boys, Shane, the smartest man, Marsal, and DDP, Draft Dr. Phil. What's up, guys?
What's happening? We are back.
We're
Football is back. The Bears
Ivan's internet, however, not
back.
Not back. I don't know what's going on.
You switch that over, Ivan. I would try to restart it now.
Yeah. I'm you know, that's smart. Actually,
Yep.
there's also an
He is
update.
the smartest man.
Yeah.
He is
That is
the
smart,
smartest
you know.
man.
So
That's why he's got the name, right? All right, guys,
Yeah.
I'll be back.
all right. Sounds good. Philip
Ivan
Toshin,
Vargas. Yes.
welcome back to Boston, as they say. now that you're home.
That was good, man.
Yeah, I try my best. But yeah, the Bears, you know, you were there live, I guess, before we get into the sting of the game. You know, things that are more important than the game and more important than the Bears. Obviously, real life stuff. You going to Chicago, meeting some fans, hanging out with our guy Kerry Franklin, Greg Braggs, amongst others. But that's, you know, the real life stuff is
Stewart.
Yeah, Sean Stewart, everybody. Ivan.
Sean Stewart, class act. Kerry Franklin, class act. That's why where TTNL is. Greg
right.
Braggs, who? No.
Eh.
No, as Angelo would say.
Yeah. He's, I don't know. What do you
I
say?
feel bad for Barb Graham came out to meet me and get my autograph, but I went into the stadium with Kerry on.
Well, when you went into the stadium, Barb came over and saw me.
Oh, it is.
And she liked it.
Laugh track here? Is this the Jefferson?
Oh, bro, they're upgrading.
going.
You hear all this? You hear all of it? Yeah.
Like surround sound.
When we have our Patron on.
Awesome job. Awesome job. Really shout out Kerry Franklin for putting it all together for me to go out there and experience what an awesome city Chicago is.
Yeah.
I think I drove with Stuart and Kerry around the whole city. The views, Shane. The views from Chicago are amazing. Kerry was fighting to show me this one view that we had to go to. But in all honesty, I had a blast. It just sucks because the Bears put a damper on the shit with what I haven't even spoken on this game yet.
The one thing they're consistent at, but it is a double-edged sword, man. In the heat of the moment, and I think I had to get on our patrons in the chat because again, it's every single fucking play was nuclear winter. It's over. This is done. And then you look and there's 11 minutes left in the third quarter. We understand it, and everybody there's people out there that want to have a quick hook on Caleb, and they're done with Ben Johnson, and I get it, man. It's tough to digest, and I mean, there's people coming.
I didn't even get to rant on the game.
Yeah,
but
take it
I have
away.
A lot to say about it. I just don't want to pass over the experience, so I want to give some shout outs to Greg, for bridging and building a relationship with CHGO. It was nice to see Carm and Adam Hogue and Adam Johns and talk a little bit with them and
Looks better, Ivan.
There. But, setting up that, and that was nice to go out to CHGO's tailgate. Saw some fans there. Keith Lucky and his wife were there. A bunch of patrons were there. Met a lot of new different people there. I'm not remembering everyone because it was like an exhaustion day. I think I told Kerry I must
needed a big slap on the back to wake you up. One of those
exactly.
days,
right? I did. I worked out with Common in the morning. Me and Common and Kerry were working out together. It was really shout out to Common, the actor and rapper.
Oh yeah,
he might be in the chat tonight, Shane. You never know.
You never know.
Shout out to him. And we talked ball and what a big Bears fan he was, and Walter. And that was awesome. And then I think me and Kerry, I walked the whole city, Michigan Ave down 3 times. By the time the game was over, I don't know if I was that exhausted from the walks and putting over over 28,000 steps in just walking, or was it the game that exhausted me? Because I had plenty of energy. I feel great about where we are with TTNL and the stances that we take. We're never going to change. And I spoke to Carm and Hogue about it. And I'll just be honest, I take people for who and what they say in someone's face because I only tell you the truth. And that's where they is. If anybody's a two-faced, that they live with that. I know how much love I have for Carrie Franklin and Sean Stewart. I hung out with Ivan. We went to the sports bar and checked that out.
He loves Carrie and Sean. He's like, yeah, I hung out with Ivan. Thanks.
I love Ivan too. Absolutely.
How am I? Am I fucked up? So, yeah.
Better, much better, but not.
To Phil's credit, that was the first time he's ever met Carrie. So
It was very nice.
Push him up the pedestal a little bit.
Well, he is.
And Ivan hates puzzles, so you got to push him down. It's an
Can't
inside
stand
joke.
puzzles.
Carrie loves a puzzle.
He does.
We went and had to go into the art museum to get a puzzle. We walked to the art museum. I was walking everywhere. I'm walking on the phone. I'm talking with Chris Zorich on the way down to the tailgate. Over here, I was looking for Big Steve. He didn't pick up the phone. I got to break his balls, Shane.
Yeah.
We went out and tried Vito and Nick's, and it was a disappointment. I'll just say. And shout out to Greg Bragg's boss, my guy, Jake, because he was the one who reminded me exactly what it tasted like. It was Tortino's frozen fucking pizza. It's exactly from my childhood. Well, Carrie, I don't think. Maybe Carrie had it before.
They're coming to take the pizza police right there, coming to get Carrie.
Ivan comes to New Haven. Once it's going to take him 24 hours to get past meeting Angelo. Then we bring him to Mom.
Me and Angelo are going out in the town, dude. I'll tell you that much. The day I meet Angelo is the day Angelo doesn't come back.
You might get big time. That boy's a superstar now.
Carrie's agreeing with me. I love Portillo's, Caesar. Portillo's is great. I'm just telling you, Ron G, all these people talk about Chicago pizza. Lou Malnati's has been the top one that I've been to. If I had to rank the Chicago, Lou's is number one so far that I've had. When you come to New Haven, and I bring you to New Haven, and Shane, it would bust my balls if it was a letdown. If it tasted,
I used to give you grief about it before I went.
Exactly, and I'm just telling you, like I'm craving it right now, talking about it.
Yeah, it is.
It's so fucking good. It's like they ship New Haven water to Florida and California just to make the dough, and that's the reality of why New Haven. It's something in the water or whatever.
Iron.
It is amazing how the pizza is here. It's not hype. I think Alex from Canada might have ruined Carrie's taste for the pizza that day. Probably the way Alex drives or some shit. So I have to bring Carrie Franklin, just like I brought Greg, who stands at, and Chris Zorich. Am I allowed to tell this, Chris, if you're in the chat? But even Zorich says New Haven pizza by far and away over Chicago pizza.
Shout out to our guy, Chris Zorich.
Yeah.
Notre Dame head coach.
Notre Dame head coach asked who, if you could pick.
He was asked. Yeah.
Yeah, he was asked. If you could pick anybody to play on your team from Notre Dame's past, who would it be? And he said, I gotta go with the work ethic and the tenacity and toughness
and
passion of one Christopher Michael Zorich. I don't know if his middle name's Michael.
The middle's locked down on the run. Hey, I know that.
I love Zorich. Good dude. We got to bring him back on the show. Haven't seen him. I hope. But anyway, shout out to Chris. Shout out to Sean Stewart, another staple here at TTNL, doing all the dirty work. Picking up Ivan.
Dude, Sean Stewart was the first one on the scene live texting me photos of the bright green neon dildo being removed from the field surface.
I thought it was a mouth guard from where I was
Oh,
sitting. The
well,
girl,
No.
They might call
I
them
saw
mouth-
when they I.
Well, no, Ivan, that's what they call mouth guards in Connecticut, by the
Oh,
way.
I got you.
So, yeah.
I'm telling you, it was weird because I saw it fly from the stands. It was just like this. I knew immediately. I was like, "There's a dildo." I was like, "It's just." I mean, it's very, it's not. It's hard to distinguish.
what did
It's
they
not
say?
hard. It's not very hard.
WNBA?
It was so funny too because the dude that bent over and picked it up off the field, he bent over in his pants.
Oh, his old ass crack was
like
out there?
12 inches of his ass crack was hanging out.
This
And he
guy's
just-
selling crack.
yeah,
He picked it up like it was used.
yeah.
I
Who the
met
fuck
the
left their mouth?
original.
Who left their Connecticut mouth guard on the fucking field? Gross.
I met the original Alex H.
Yeah, you were
Yes.
you were saying because
Him
you
and
threw
his
me off.
crew.
I'm like, I had no idea Alex H was going to the game, and you're like,
No.
nope.
We've
Yeah.
now Alex H is Canadian Alex H. He's not in this country, so he's Canadian Alex.
Thanks
The
for that.
original Alex H is from Chicago and what an amazing dude. Him and his girl met him down, right, Ivan? Down at what's that? Down in Comiskey? Is that
Oh, it's
Comiskey?
Wrigley.
No, Wrigley.
Jesus.
Wrigley, buddy. Where the heck are you?
Jeez.
Where the heck are? Were
Are
you
we
in
Egypt
Chicago?
or Jerusalem?
No, we went to the sports book.
Duval.
We went to the
Let
sports.
me tell you, the
Wrigley.
sports book is awesome.
Ocho
Carrie
Cinco's
was
there.
getting dizzy looking up. But here's the fix. Let me give the sports book, DraftKings. You put the red zone channel on and you put it on one of these giant screens, and that's your audio, not Browns Bengals. I know you're trying to appease Tad Johnson, who was in there, Ocho Cinco, but no. That caused the chaos in there because your head's constantly on a swivel. In case someone's going to smack you in the back, you got to have your head on a swivel.
Yes.
Anyway, there was some dead air there because I was taking a sip of my drink. Podcasters listening.
It was like a half a second.
I know, but they get all fucking feisty. Like Ron,
No, Bears fans aren't feisty right now. They have no
Ron-
reason to be feisty.
L. Shane, his audio level.
Bears
is
fans are the
little-
most logical and
Am I allowed?
level-headed fans
Oh.
in the world. You
Yeah.
know that?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Bro, I thought I was gonna have to disable the patron chat the other night in game.
Before we
I went
get
in there and
there,
I told
one
him, I'm
more
like,
shout out.
yeah.
I got to shout out our girl at the Langham Hotel, Amanda, who took amazing care of me and Carrie Franklin.
I love all.
Yeah, maybe she loves ball. But she was just so slick and skinny in a hole.
Yeah.
No, not like that, ass. She was the amazing waitress up there. I've never felt like maybe
I got it up.
I vacationed in Mexico. You guys are the Langham Hotel was outstanding. Shout out to Carrie and the staff there. But I was treated like I was a god there.
They let me do what I had to do.
It's all on point
How
tonight.
Angelo would control himself there.
Oh, there's no way.
This
There's
food
no way.
is all free. He would be eating everything at breakfast. We gotta bring him, Carrie. Actually, Carrie's like, let's call Angelo on the walk to the stadium. And I think Sean Stewart filmed it. And of course, it was instant classic with Angelo again, with Carrie and myself and Ivan talking to him. It was great. Anyway, shout out Amanda, jackass. Now we could get into the game. And I will say this. A lot of you pussy ass traders that get their fucking panties in a bunch over one football game and never put it into perspective is pathetic. Now, there's levels and layers here. And when you have levels and layers in a football game, guess what? You've played football before. I'm not going to side with the nerds that say you can't give excuses. The refs were a part of it. There was fucking 4 disgraceful calls that changed the outcomes of games.
Wait, should we set this up and do this the right way, Phil? Because I can make.
I'm going to tell you.
No. Wait a minute. Don't.
Issue I have.
Don't start yet.
Okay.
Don't start yet. Let's do this the only way that we know how to do it, right? Are we ready?
I see where you're going with this. A modified late rant by Shane. Again, unedited. I had no idea we're doing it. DDP rant. All right. The challenge has been set. When you look at this game that transpired, there's levels here. I get the refs out of the way because they're the last layer and level of this, but they're not to be overlooked like a lot of analysts and sportscasters do. I mean, those things are going to happen in the games. You can't go into a game as a coach or a football team, especially a new head coach, and say, well, I'm expecting that they're going to fuck us over several times in critical situations. That doesn't happen. You expect it to be called fairly. And I'm just telling you, the interference call was so pathetic coming across the middle on Tyreek Stevenson. It was atrocious. There was a trip, a stumble, both refs looking at each other, and then they throw it, right? The holding on Darnell Wright is a football sit, and it takes away points. Now, you can argue, well, look, Cairo missed it. He could have missed it. It was down to the 14-yard line. You're getting 3 or 7. What was the final score? That's end of story. So these things do matter. They do, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the column of L or W. The biggest issue, 1A, is the head coach. And I'll tell you why. I am not going back. Kerry Franklin was sitting next to me, and so is my boy Andrew, the patron, hearing me in the whole fucking section, 205. I said, you do not go for this on 4th and 3. You just don't. You have no identity yet. You haven't established anything. You've established that you're a mathematical wizard with the Lions who established who their potential playmakers are. And you have an understanding of how they're going to run their routes and how they're going to do things. See, in football, you have to have some sort of identity. I've said it for how many years here at this network, and there was none. So the little guy that's going to, well, DJ was wide open. He was wide. You don't know the whole context of the play. See, DJ Moore kind of lazy establishes a route and perspective to the post. There's someone in Caleb's face, and he's anticipating outside his throwing motion, right? But irregardless of that, and the execution of the play is the decision. See, that's the thing. The decision should have been taken away because the goal is to put yourself up 7. 7. 7-3, you kick the field goal. And then you're up 7, and thus you keep stepping on the gas because 17 all of a sudden becomes 20-6, maybe 27-6. And you see where I'm going. That's what you do as a first-time head coach with no established run game. No established. You haven't done it. Kick the fucking field goal. 4th and 3. There's no run fake. Straight. But he's wide open. let's look at the whole context of the play, which we will do. Get aggressive. Get aggressive in week 4 when you understand your personnel and who the fuck is going to make plays in critical moments. Ben does not know that yet. None of them know that yet. That's why reps matter in the preseason. It's well documented on this network that we've said it. Now, you can go try to railroad anything. Everybody's got an opinion. Get it. I'm just telling you. I would never, if I took over the Bears, and I'm aggressive as fuck, but I know situational football was more important to get the points than it was to set the stage of how aggressive I'm going to be. That's number 1. That's the big error. Number 2, Caleb didn't play well. Okay? He's going to be fine. I have no doubts about that. He missed some throws. Okay? It's 1A, coach, 1B, Caleb, and we could debate even putting the offensive line over Caleb Williams, and I'll tell you why. Because you don't have a fucking running game. You don't. And when you don't have a running game, you can't run the 4-minute drive. You can't put teams away. Guess what Minnesota had? A run game that got them back in the game, because that's the reality of football. I know you want these fantasy fucking numbers and stats and all this shit, but the guru of football will tell you this too. Gotta run the ball. Your offensive line, false start, holding, missed blocks, missed assignments. But yeah, let's go for it on 4th and 3. No. The lack of a running game is the reason for the loss. Cairo not kicking the field goal. Cairo, bitch ass, not kicking it out of the fucking end zone. Run up and fucking kick it as far as you fucking can. Cost you situationally, but not the game. It was no running game. And that goes back to Ryan Poles. The reality of football in situations like that, you need to be able to run the ball. And then I'm going to tell you this last part. And it needs to have perspective, because you guys jumping ship and talking shit and getting angry and fighting and stabbing people in the back, jumping off, going crazy. You've showed your true colors. You're a pussy. You're soft. You've created your own going gets tough. You got going. I was fucking hella disappointed. I was completely drained. Ask Ivan. Drained. Exhausted. But to see the pathetic behavior of Bears fans, even in another section, and how quickly they turn against their own. You're pathetic. Pathetic. I don't want you. Go watch another show. You all could commiserate together and then turn around and jump on the bandwagons later. You're pathetic. It sucked to lose. Of course. Hate it. But you're no better than Nate Davis. You're the Nate Davises of fans. Soft, selfish, and implorable. It's crazy what the shit Shane, even fucking cars had to get fired up with fans being so soft and pathetic. Sad. And then there's no perspective. Any team on the national stage, and everybody knows where I stand with Jalen Johnson as a player. I don't put him in this elite category, but I have put him in the category of being a very good corner. So you're down a good corner. You're down maybe the best nickel back in the entire NFL, going up against a rookie quarterback, technically, and you're the most dynamic piece to the puzzle. He's not in there. And but wait,
Sham wow, there's more. Your best linebacker. And maybe, arguably, him or Gordon are the best players on the defense. And TJ, he's not playing. You think that has an effect on your fucking football team? It's a team game. Offense and defense. Did Caleb play safety and give up 21 in the fourth? I mean, what are we doing here as fans and people? You see what happened today? Shooting someone. What world are we raising our kids in that we can't look at this in sort of a perspective that you're not straight out the gate going to the fucking Super Bowl? I'm pissed at Poles. I'm pissed at the McCaskies. Everybody knows that, including George himself. I saw him that day. Even Carrie's like, there's George. I'm like, where? Or could have been Ivan. Someone busted my balls. And I'm going to look for the guy to tell him what a fucking pathetic owner you are. That's the pissed off you should be. Because now you got Ryan Poles and his 4 draft picks that don't play showcased out there when you need a defense and you need a performance. It's that simple in 5 parts. Time to be better, Bears fans. Time to be better. Your patience for Mitch, your patience for fucking Justin Fields, for God's sakes, was outlandishly patient. To turn the back on this guy and have these homophobic driven shit that's drooling your own fucking fans. It's unbearably stupid and embarrassing to me as a father raising sons that you have people out there that think that's okay and it's a good joke. It's a good joke to have. It's awful. The true testament will be shown. You see all these Tate people coming out now defending Caleb because that's where the truth there lies, not in somebody's asshole narrative on the radio. Jane, it's pathetic on all levels. You should really listen to this network because I'll raise my hand and say, hey, I was the first guy to tell you about Nagy, right? I was the first guy to tell you about Eberflus. I was the first guy to tell you about Ryan Pace. First guy to tell you about Ryan Poles. It's never changed. It's never changed. Ryan Poles is another shoe salesman, and that's what we're going to have to deal with because George likes a puppet, and the puppet sucks right now. It ain't Bert. It ain't Ernie. It's some copycat shit that you see on some shitty public television show. That's how bad Poles is. And the proof is in the pudding here. So don't go trashing Caleb. Support. Try to throw some positivity in that lane and see where we go. If he went out there and threw 4 picks like some quarterbacks, then yeah, have every right to do it. Missing some fucking deep balls because your fucking pocket's collapsing and your right guard that you traded for is missing his assignment and your center gets fucking mollywopped. There's a reason for everything. And before you go into anything else, my last point is yes, in all of that rant, Caleb also has to get better and said it himself. And so did the head coach. And guess what? The head coach actually stood out in front of the audience and said, I gotta be better. And you've not heard that without somebody telling them to say it in an awful long time. In an awful long time. So I'll just leave that there, Shane, in my rant. That's my rant, Shane.
I'm in regular season form now.
Hey, good stuff. And I put Rel's comment up there because he said, Phil, you would have killed Justin for missing deep balls. Phil just said Caleb needs to play better. This is the point where we're at with Bears fans, is they're so fired up and they're so divided. Like their allegiances are clear, but they're only hearing what they want to hear. He just told you that Caleb needs to play better.
Break it down.
I don't know how it can change, how it can be any different. You got to listen, guys. It's not that difficult. He was holding Caleb accountable.
All I know is that's how I would stand in front of my locker room, and that is exactly how I'd address it. Caleb has to get better. Caleb has to, players are going to be their own people. I'm more of a talker to say, listen, that ain't going to happen here. So if it's the gray sleeve shirt, I don't want any distractions. So I'm going to put an end to that shit. And I'm going to take some of the creativity or whatever the fuck they want to say. Some players make shit more difficult than it needs to be for themselves. And Caleb might have that issue right now because he, despite what he might be saying, could feel the people against him that shouldn't be against him. But holy shit, are they? Just waiting for it to drop. Just how many drop? Oh, he dropped the ball.
Right, and this is the thing. And so Ken's got this up there, and I get his point. Ryan Poles paid Ryan Pace's draft picks, and I'm not defending Ryan Poles here by saying this. Which one of Ryan Poles' draft picks are due for an extension? Kyler Gordon was eligible, and he got one. That was his very first pick. I would have fired Ryan Poles in January. I said that publicly. But it's just, we can't make things up as we go. And again, I brought this up with patrons, and I know I give Bullets a lot of flack about the Cairo Santos stuff, but it's since he missed the 50-yarder, people are out there saying that Cairo can't kick 50-yard field goals. Out of his last 18 50-plus yard field goal tries, how many has he made out of 18? 15. What he did with the kickoff is inexcusable.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kickers are going to miss field goals. You can't not kick it out of the back of the end zone and drive through it.
But my point is we can't make things up to try to prove a point. That's
a lot of people I saw. I don't know if it was Logan or somebody that stated people just want their statement to fit a narrative.
100%.
And that's the truth. I'm just telling, I don't have narratives. I just go off of what the tape has told me and my eyes have told me.
I got to switch this back so I can pause this. I'm sorry.
No worries.
God.
The reality, walking away from that game, think about the things, honestly, if you've ever played the game, and I close my eyes to just put myself in that position, I'm telling you, and Kerry can say it, he's sitting right next to me. And Andrew, the patron, who happened to coincidentally be 2-3 rows in front of us. It was hilarious. And I'm sitting with Mike Dicka's wife over here. And they all heard me. And I said, you don't go for this here. You take the points. I go, Kerry, I'm saying this now because Kerry, I coached the whole fucking game. I coached and went nuts and got people up. And it was rocking. It was fucking rocking in Soldier Field, no doubt. But the thing that bothered me the most was that play. It bothered me in the second quarter. It bothered me in the third quarter. I'm like, oh my God, why did he go? And then to see them come back in the fourth, I just couldn't. And that's the biggest issue for me.
Right. And this is the thing. And I'll wrap up this portion of it. We have our patron in the background, so we're running over here. But One quarterback this past weekend was 16 for 22, 218 yards and 1 passing touchdown. They ran for another 48 yards and 2 touchdowns, and their team lost. Another quarterback was 21 of 35 for 210 yards passing and 1 touchdown. They had 6 carries for 58 yards and another touchdown. One of those quarterbacks is being put on a pedestal by his fans, and the other quarterback is getting vilified nationally by people that root for the team that he's on and want him replaced and benched after one game in a new regime. And those are the numbers for Justin with the Jets on his 3rd team, by the way, versus Caleb. And so that's enough Justin talk, because the whole thing like fucking nauseates me that people are still going down that thing.
Seen anything that
we know what it's about.
Perfect.
We know what it's about.
Football,
we know what it's about.
The other side of the ball gets paid too, and they were whooping your ass. And on top of it, you're helping them. False start, another false start. Now you're always playing behind. You just can't do it. You can't allow it. You can't do it. The fact that Britton Brown wasn't dressed is another one. Like,
right.
But you didn't even give Monangai a carry because you didn't trust Monangai. Let's just be honest. You're putting your wide receiver number 1 at running back.
Right.
Issue again with it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Don't give a fuck about fantasy. You're playing fantasy live.
100% on polls. And our guy
Ben can't sit there, nor polls can sit there and say, "Oh yeah, we're content to run here. We're content to run."
Our guy Eric Clemens says, "I honestly don't know if Cairo could have kicked it out of bounds or short of the landing zone and had the ball placed."
I've seen him kick it out of bounds. 100%.
Yep.
What he didn't do.
But the problem is
through it.
He told his coach, "Yes, I can put it through the end zone," and that to me is
deserves credit there.
Yes,
for telling you,
right?
Unlike any of the other pussy coaches.
But Phil,
I asked him. He was supposed to do it. He held him accountable in the media. That's how you do it.
In that situation, if you're the head coach and I'm the general manager, what are we doing? What are we doing on Wednesday morning on the players' day off? We're bringing in a fleet of kickers.
I'm bringing in
at the very fucking least to send a message.
You know what I'm doing? I'm like, Tori, fucking drafted you in the 4th fucking round. Get out here and kick it through the fucking end zone. That's what I said that night.
I said the same thing, Phil.
Take Tori and have him fucking Australian kick it through the fucking bleachers.
He's got to warrant his 4th round status somehow.
Exactly. The reality is the GM. Now I'm holding Ben accountable. Okay. No Bears fan seems to be. I'm not saying no Bears fan. It's probably some of you are. But he doesn't get a pass. Oh, it's his first game as a head coach. Well, then the same shit you should be saying for Caleb. It's the first time he's playing in Ben's system in a real game. There was some great throws out there. I mean, money balls. There's positivity there. You ain't getting out and running the offense like you're in week 8. And I will give you a time frame. I heard Shay Snorling talk, and I love Hoodie, but I don't agree with it. I got to give my boy Cap. Me and Cap didn't even talk about it. I was proud of my boy Cap because he was exactly what I'm saying as a coach. No, you don't do it. I don't give a fuck about the math or any kind of thought of being aggressive. You don't do it until you've discovered who you are as a football team. And that could be week 4. I'm talking about at home, opening night. You're playing a division opponent, not the time to fuck around and try to.
Phil, you and I are texting back and forth in real time when it happened. You just don't do it here. And your mic drop moment there is you don't have your identity yet. And listen,
100%.
I'm never going to dismiss Ben for erring on the side of aggressiveness because I've been calling for that from a Bears coach. And I mean, I'm talking about the entire team that includes offense and defense to have the aggressive mentality. But when you're just starting out, your offensive line has not gelled yet together. They haven't all been on the field together for legitimate snaps. It's just not the time. And I think if you gave Ben a truth serum, and now that he has, a whole game under his belt, I think he would honestly tell you, this is what is so refreshing. He's not sitting up there giving you bullshit football speak just to get the presser over. He's being honest. What did he say about Caleb? Yeah, there was a lot of good things. There was ups and there was downs. Unfortunately, some of it dried up in the second half, but there was still positives there, but some things dried up. You were never getting that from the regime before.
Here is another thing that contradicts going for 4th and 3. Your play calling in the second half, was it aggressive? No. It didn't. It doesn't stand up because you don't have your identity. You can't run the fucking football. You got a running game problem. And I'm telling you right now, I heard you say it. So shout out to you. And Britton Brown should have been dressed
100%.
He clearly understands the offense.
In what fucking world is your answer putting your $27 million wide receiver back there?
Pathetic,
it's
bro.
Crazy. I can see if
pathetic, bro.
It's not like he got a bunch of snaps.
Breaking tackles.
Exactly.
He's
why
not.
Why do you want to
somebody in there
subject him to that anyway?
It is a showcase of so epic Bears stupidity under McCaskey down.
But they've still not addressed. They've still not addressed.
They fucking pick up another defensive back.
If they sign another DB to the practice squad, it's malpractice, and that's why Ryan Poles should have been launched in January.
And we've been saying this forever. It is not convenience. I just am telling you, Ryan Poles, the frat boy softy, drafts players that play soft. I told Adam Hogue to his fucking face, I go, listen, there is a big problem. Maybe that story, I haven't read it. I know it's crazy. It's down the middle. Everyone's going to say some truth to it, some not true. All I know is my truth. And I haven't read it. I'm being very honest. I have not read the Ryan Poles part, Caleb part, none of it. Because I don't give a fuck. I know what I see. What I see is Ryan Poles is afraid or is told not to draft a player with any kind of problem. Now, Jalen Carter, people were upset with that. That I understood because you obviously the kind of character this guy is. That risk reward didn't match up. You were better off getting a right tackle because you don't have tackles at that time. And that's not rewriting. I've stayed by that. I understood that. I don't understand passing on certain potential football guys, dogs that are going to be out there. Me and Shane have a tough time. How many dogs are on this fucking football team setting the tone? You got Garrett. You got him from another team, and he's what, 30, going to be 32?
Yeah, I mean, listen, let's be honest, and people will get upset about this. The Bears overpaid Grady Jarrett, and they overpaid him for a reason.
And Grady,
yeah,
and I got Garrett.
Yeah, you were thinking of popcorn. Anyways, Garrett's popcorn.
I didn't get any, but that's
your mistake. But anyways, they overpaid him for one reason and one reason only, not production on the field, not previous history of what he did on the field, because they needed a fucking leader in the locker room somewhere. 100%. That's what they needed, and that is why Grady Jarrett is here. He didn't look great the other night. Grady Jarrett has been a descending player in his career. It just is what it is. The Bears roster construction was so bad, they had to go overpay an elder statesman in the NFL to come bring some validity to the NFL locker room. And he's done that portion of it. I just don't think it's going to show. Yeah, of course, he's going to have a couple of games where the fountain of youth shows up, but it's not. It's the leadership portion of it will pay off. The production standpoint, I don't think is going to. But you're hoping that Jervon gets better because of that and learns some things. So that part of it's critical. I understand the move. But again, Phil, the roster construction of this team. I was on CHGO After Dark last night talking to their beat guy, Patrick Norton. You're a 5-win team, and I know we're beating this to death. You're a 5-win team, and you drafted a tight end in the top 10. There's no world where that makes sense. There's none.
There's none. We've said it since that draft night. We've
immediately
repeated it over and over, what we would have done, who we would have selected, and it's no shot at this young tight end and his talent. Look at this roster construction. You're having to trade and sign interior offensive linemen because you can't draft them. You still can't get the left tackle position correct. You go out of your way to trade down when you have the potential to land an immense left tackle in Ursery, but his personality is a George McCaskey red flag. I'm just telling you the truth. You can't be a GM and have the owner buy in the groceries or go look at the Cowboys. Got to do your job and put the best ones in there. Then you look at the center. You had to sign another center who, by the way, played like shit, was bullied around all night, didn't have a good game. That's your fucking big signing. You had to trade for a left guard and a right guard. Let's not forget this, guys. How many swings at the fucking plate do you have for offensive linemen from this clown?
Yeah, and if you're upset with Jonah Jackson, which you have every right in the world to be after what he showed in game 1. I mean, he's got the most experience in the offense, by the way. Don't forget that portion of it.
No,
he's
100%.
been coached by Ben Johnson in this scheme, and he was horrific the other night. And so who are you putting that on? That's not even a Ryan Poles. That is a Ben Johnson acquisition, 110%. 110%. And if it doesn't work out, if we're talking about patience with Ben Johnson, the kid from Michigan State's going to be playing at some point this year, as he should be if Jonah doesn't step up. Sadly, I believe the Bears restructured Jonah Jackson's deal and pushed money later. So that, I mean, again, talking about spending and again, his story hasn't been written here. It's been one game. The Phil knows as a head coach, offensive line takes time to gel. It is. And we'll see what happens. But moving forward, at least you have an option with Luke Newman that showed promise in preseason.
And the reality is there were points in there. I'm looking at Carey and I'm like, here's just Colston Loveland. Here's Cole Kmet split out wide. He can't even run the route. It's like, why isn't your first round pick in that rep? There was a stretch there where here's Cole.
Loveland got, I believe, 36 reps and most were in line. And there was the one on tape, Phil, and I know that you've been super busy, and I believe I still haven't went through the Kurt Warner breakdown. I believe it might have been Tim Jenkins was talking about it, and it's clear you can see on it, and it is on Caleb. If Caleb just holds it for one more tick and he ends up coming off of it, Colston Loveland is wide open for a massive gain. But it's just these timing things are they're gonna take time, clearly. But Phil,
100%, especially when your center's getting fucking washed into the backfield, your feet.
Well, there
how
you
many
go.
of these plays is he escaping?
Dahlman was horrible. Yeah.
I'm just telling you. and using his feet. Even the intentional grounding one, I can't wait to get the tape, and I'll be doing that on Saturday morning. I'll break down all the offensive tape, but another complaint that goes along with what I'm going to say is the intentional grounding play. The McCaskies obviously suck every level of life of football out of you. They're so pathetic. You're underneath in that section 205, and you should get a replay of every fucking play. Every fucking play should be replayed. Like I go to New England, I go to the Giants game at Giants Stadium. Every play is replayed. Why are we selecting which ones fans who are paying fucking top dollar to go to your game? I'd rather sit at home and get a replay of every play that's big. We don't even get a fucking replay of half of these plays. I got to text Shane.
Yeah.
What? We didn't get a replay of that. What happened there? I saw this. We didn't see the fourth down play again.
Right.
We didn't see, I mean, all these critical plays. And the intentional grounding one, he looks like he's slipping, trying to throw the ball across and he's slipping, losing his balance because he just scrambled out of this chaos. And we're killing him. You can't get an intention. It was an accident. It happens. It happens, man. I don't think he purposely, stupidly.
Yeah. This is our
Jared Goff not wanting to get a sack, throwing it to the ground. Come on.
This is our longtime friend from CB fans, Phil, Apple fan, Paul Martin. But yeah, no, Tevin signed for like $1.5 million on a 1 year deal in Cleveland. I mean, he got no love on the open market.
Injury.
Well, I think there's more to it than that, Phil. I just don't think Tevin is into football and into hard work.
Yeah, of course that you're right. But injury is going to take priority. Who's going to pay top dollar for it? Oh, the Bears. That's right. They will. They'll pay.
Yeah. Ryan Poles.
Bears will pay top dollar for injured players. Now, we totally went over our Patron.
Yeah, so we'll see. But anyways, that was, you guys got a little dose of Phil's rant that you got to miss Monday Night Football. Our new segment that we're doing every week. If you are a TTNL Network patron, you have the ability to go into the chat room on Patreon there and bring some questions, and we will bring a new patron on every week on Keepin It 100 to bring a couple of questions to the table. If you are not a patron and you would like to be, you can look at the bottom of your screen right there. Go over to the tapeneverlies.com, sign up, and Phil just talked about it. He's going to have a full comprehensive breakdown of the Monday Night Football game for everybody. It's live. It's interactive. You can ask questions in the chat, and he will be able to get to some of them at the very least. But you're not going to find a better breakdown anywhere. So the tapeneverlies.com, sign up, check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. So I'm going to go to the green room, bring in my guy Matt, the TTNL Network patron. I think Matt, we had you on once before earlier, correct? Like a while ago. Can you
hear me?
Yeah,
Now we can hear you.
Yep. You're super delayed.
Let's try this.
Do you have Ivan's internet?
I think so.
Let's try speaker. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, but I cannot
Videos
hear you.
Okay. Well, try to bounce out and bounce back in.
There we go.
Oh, did you
bounce out, bounce back in?
Can you hear us now, Matt?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I know you sent an email. You were away for a little bit from our TTNL patronship, and you're back and kind of worked out tonight. Got you right on here. The
Nice.
patrons were driving me fucking crazy. Give them a simple process, and fucking 20 minutes before showtime, guys are trying to scramble and figure shit out. But anyways, we're here, so we're asking everybody to, when you come on, bring a couple of questions. Hopefully your questions aren't things that we've pounded into the fucking ground or, answered already. Hopefully they're good ones, so there's a little bit of pressure here riding on you. So fire away with what you got, Matt.
Hey guys, so whichever one you guys want to answer. The very first one that came to my mind watching that game was if there was anything in Caleb's technique. If you guys noticed anything different from this year and last year.
I didn't. Well, I mean, he's switched. Ben Johnson has switched his feet. The biggest thing that I'm going to say, and I know Phil's going to obviously break this down on Saturday, so I don't want to put words in his mouth. I'm just I'm speaking from my perspective, and I've put this out there for public consumption already. So I'm just going to share exactly what I've said already. Caleb's issue with me right now is he's like a 4-year-old child on Christmas morning that's got a room full of presents, and he wants to open up every one of them within the next 10 seconds, and he just doesn't know where to start. And so everybody says that he's got to process quicker, and he can't hold the ball as long. So he's caught in between his internal process. The speed is at 96, and it needs to be throttled back to 75 because he's so amped up and bouncing, and it's throwing off his feet. It's just throwing off his general mechanics. I know Phil brought up Shea Snorling, and Shea Snorling's like, maybe Caleb needs to get together with a quarterback guru and change his release. His release is fucking literally flawless.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about there, but his internal clock, and I think there's so much change, and I don't give a shit what Caleb says when he's like, I don't believe in getting nervous. I don't get nervous. Bullshit. I don't buy any of that. I think when his internal clock starts to slow down, I think you're gonna see it in his arm. I think you're gonna see it in his legs. You're gonna see it in his feet, and that in and of itself is going to improve his accuracy. I just think it's gonna take some time for him to settle down there. Phil, I don't know if you're noticing anything or if you disagree with me, but go ahead.
Right on the money. I think reps matter, and when you avoid them and you're putting in and installing a new offense, there's a lot of stuff going on in your brain at that position. It's the most difficult position to play in all of sports. Ben has come right out and said, I'm taking the approach of feeding this baby with a fucking dump truck. Open your mouth and I'm just going to feed it to you, and kind of go that approach. So you might see some of that stuff happening, where especially when you're having leaky pockets and pressure, and you have to now play at a different style than you normally do, escape and kind of find the rallying point, and people finding areas on levels. But here's another example. When the timing is a certain way and your center misses the block and you have to avoid it, that route, even though it's open to freaking 17,000 people, his head is moving now away from the pressure. Now he can't throw that timing route. So he's got to go somewhere else. He takes the check down. I know Troy was putting that on the fucking broadcast, but the reality was I had to take the check down because the anticipation throw that I needed to make couldn't happen because the center's guy came into the backfield and I had to step to my left and I couldn't throw the flag route. I then had to throw the out or the wheel route. This stuff in this offense is way more predicated on timing. So when you have a bunch of stuff going on and you're trying to gather that patience with it, it would really help and support that would be some good blocking. And if anybody thought the Bears O-line played good football the other night, I'd ask you how. It just wasn't up to par because you couldn't run the ball. That's your people that don't understand offensive line play. That how did they run the ball up 17-6? They ran toss right to the short side of the field, boom, it's destroyed. Then they come back and try to run outside zone. Fucking center gets blown up into the backfield. Hargrave dumps Swift down like a fucking sack. Then you got your $27 million wide receiver playing tailback. I mean, what are we doing here? And a rookie head coach makes mistakes. I don't know what they're going to do. I just felt like Britton Brown, say whatever the fuck you want. I thought he really showed up in preseason opportunities as an instinctive downhill runner, understanding what Bieniemy is teaching. They have a history together. It was a ball drop on them, on Ryan Poles, getting him up there and having another answer at running back other than Swift, who has a known commodity, is a outside bounce type runner. He ain't hitting it up. He ain't breaking tackles. Britton Brown showed me a lot, and you kept him on the practice squad, but yet you bring up a fucking special teams linebacker. A special teams linebacker.
And by the way, your special teams sucked. Phil,
exactly. And I've said, again, another Ben Johnson, and Shane can attest, ball drop is keeping this special teams coach who I feel like is not good. He's not a good special teams coach. He's cost you games. There's lackadaisical approaches to coverages, blocking schemes. And again, it shows its head in the biggest moments. You're on Monday Night Football, Ben's opening night. He made mistakes. The team played sloppy. You had him by the neck, and you dropped the fucking ball all around. But I just think some of these things would have helped. Britton Brown, you could laugh, go in the fucking YouTube comments tomorrow. But Britton Brown, who would you rather have running? Britton Brown or DJ Moore in your backfield?
Yeah, exactly.
Britton Brown, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris, what you're saying is 100%. Or I highlighted the wrong one. I'm sorry. Where is it? Right here. The best quarterbacks speed up their clocks with hot reads because they can recognize the D concept attempt. Watch Rodgers. Yes,
Aaron Rodgers than that, though.
Caleb's in
42-year-old. Whatever.
Caleb's in game 18.
Exactly.
And he's had 3 head coaches. He's had 3 offensive coordinators. This is an first game with a completely new regime, with a guy that everybody happens to believe in Ben Johnson is going to be better for him. It's just, yes, you understand it, but the people making all of these, I mean, Adam Hogue came out tonight and said if Tyson Bagent starts the second half, that's an easy win for the Bears. So is he playing? Is he playing on defense too?
Yeah. Did the defense give up 21, or did Caleb give up 21?
It's just
I saw 2. The fourth down play, I'm just telling you, there seemed to be some sort of delay in DJ Moore's route. I saw it live. Someone showed me the video, and there's pressure in his face, and he's coming at an outside angle to try to hit an anticipated window, thinking that his angle is going to be shorter and more of a post across the hash. It looks like DJ Moore runs a post up the hash. And that kind of mistake can happen when you're going on fourth down. How about this, Matt? Let's get under center, try to draw them off sides, and get a first down there, and then kick the field goal. Or say you're aggressive.
Okay, let's go up to the line of scrimmage again under center and run some sort of boot where he has his feet, which he was. I mean, I'm even saying I didn't realize he was that fast. Like, he was fucking moving out there.
Yeah.
So how about use his feet to pass some sort of levels concept we call waggle, where you're running some play to the left and you're faking the handoff. Now you're booting aggressively. Now you got levels against that corner, that shitty safety number 44, and you can get him. A short little pass. Now okay. You want to be aggressive like that? No, let's get in the gun. Let's tell everybody we're throwing, and let's throw a fucking, hopefully a slant comes over. Oh, he is open. No, shit broke down here. I don't know if it's communication. I don't know if it's a protection. We'll break that all down on Saturday. And I'm sure you've seen 100 people breaking it down, but 100 without a narrative, I don't know. I know Kurt Warner put a lot of this shit on other people, and he's been really critical of Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, he was
critical. I didn't know Adam said that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
I'll address that. If Adam said that, Adam, you're fucking completely atrociously wrong. You're completely rolling the dice on a backup quarterback running this system and making throws I've never seen him make. Honestly. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't do it. I'm just saying you're just throwing that out there as some soundbite because it's not even in the vicinity of truth, because Caleb didn't lose you that game. Caleb totally overthrew the DJ Moore throw down the sideline. On that same drive, he also missed a layer concept where Swift runs an arrow and DJ Moore runs the flag. He should have looked at Swift and ripped it to DJ Moore running the flag and got it in there. And then you're getting a chunk play. He's still going out of bounds, but you're getting a chunk. He missed that throw. He didn't see it. He threw it to Swift. And Swift did some lazy ass shit. I'm going to try to catch it with one hand. Right? So I saw those two easily. I'm going to put, yes, quarterback. You got to hit that DJ Moore touchdown. He ran a scat fade where he delays and then breaks it off, beat the corner. Safety wasn't getting over there. They tried to shell coverage, and he should have got it in the window. He missed it. Did you see Jaden Daniels miss fucking his new wide receiver by fucking 5-10 yards?
He was throwing behind receivers all day too.
Yeah, I saw it too. I watched that game, the whole fucking game. So it's going to happen. It's not, Tyson would have won that game. I don't agree with it at all. I think it's honestly just to drive some sort of arm wrestling. Am I allowed to say that? Competition over quarterbacks. It's just not real.
Right.
And I love Tyson Bagent. I do. I think the Bears are in a better place. And Shane was the first guy to call it.
Yeah.
You know that. On draft day. Listen, the Bears need to draft this kid out of Shepherd. I think Courtney Cronin came on that day of the draft when you said it, to be perfectly honest.
She wasn't on air because Bullets texted me the clip, and I actually just removed it from our thing. But yeah, I mean, I have it. She wasn't on. I think she may have come on that day, but yeah, I mean, either way.
I think she came on after the draft, and you were talking about, this is a kid they signed as a free agent that I wanted them to draft. They always talk about drafting quarterbacks and never do it late. And that was kind of the
Chris. Prove
so
to
has
me,
Caleb Williams.
Prove to me that Tyson Bagent can run this offense better right now. What is your fact stating that? Because to this point, he's done nothing but face backups. third and fourth stringers. So just give me one
look
valid
average.
fact.
Well, he played in that
that.
Raiders game. What were his statistics there?
One of them he threw an interception. I know that much.
Well, his career numbers are 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and
So
the Bears are 2-2.
Minus 50.
But I'm just saying this is my point. I'm
3
not
touchdowns,
trying
6
to I'm not trying to direct this specifically at Chris, but people fall into the trap of making things up to fit a narrative. Oh, Tyson Bagent can run this offense better than. What is that based off of? It's based off nothing.
You gotta understand, Shane. I was at training camp, and he was going up against these guys. I have no idea who these guys were, but he was doing it out there. Yeah, stop. It's pathetic. Shane's 100% right. Come on.
But
you've seen Tyson Bagent. You're gonna see Tyson Bagent in a fucking a game at some point. Then what are you gonna say then?
Okay, Chris, there's your rebuttal, and it's gonna take me 0.5 seconds to shoot it down. You said this offense. I don't care about last year. It's complete. It doesn't mean
Really
anything.
different.
You said that he can operate in this offense under Ben Johnson better than Caleb can right now. So he can operate better with less reps, right?
It's not even worth it now. Chris
Maybe
is on another level.
Maybe Chris is
level.
right and Ben Johnson knows that. Who knows? I'm just saying. Chris, you don't know that. We don't know that. See, you're making things up. Yeah, and he didn't play last year. That's right. It was from 2 years ago.
Under a whole different offensive coordinator.
But we can't, guys. This is why one of the reasons we started this is because we were calling media out for the nonsense that they were spewing and people were believing. So we're going to do the same when fans do it. And I appreciate the support, Chris, but just don't make things up because it sounds good to say, and you're like, oh, that was great. Tyson, he can just run this offense better.
Let me just say this.
There's no facts to it.
Let me say this to the fans again, and I didn't say it in my rant, and I wanted to, so now's the perfect time. Setting this stage up. Ben Johnson decided to come to Chicago not for Tyson Bagent. He came here, and I'll drop a mic for
Chris
on his
They've
head.
played 4 fucking quarters,
It'll bounce off his head, and like Seinfeld with the secret spitter, it'll hit Adam Hogue's head off of Chris's head. He came because of Caleb Williams. You're not bouncing on the guy that you're building in an offense that you say, I don't just drop my offensive playbook from Detroit on the table and say, we're going to run this.
Eric, thank you. That's the mic drop right there. That's what happens is people make things up and say it with confidence. And unfortunately, people believe it. It's bullshit. Well, how many quarterbacks have we seen run this offense in Chicago? 1 for 4 quarters. That's it. End of story. That's the fucking list right there. That's the fact.
It's sadly pathetic that now's the time to defend the quarterback. Now, not look for a backup quarterback after one game in a new offense. And Shane has all the statistics. He's had how many head coaches, how many fucking coordinators, and now one game where he didn't pull off the Music City fucking miracle. His defense fucked him over. Your running game fucked him over. The kicker fucked him over. And he fucked himself over. It's a team game. But
yeah,
it's pathetic that anybody could think Tyson Bagent's going out there and he's going to pull these fucking things differently. Tyson wouldn't have escaped fucking 3 or 4 of those fucking now it's a sack thing. This offensive line sucks. They can't protect Tyson. What Caleb does, and I had a message from Coach Atoshin Sr. today. tonight. He said, he must be watching. He said, everything starts with the running game. Caleb is going to be fine.
Fundamental football. Been saying it for a
Everything
long
starts
time.
with a running game. And when you got a receiver playing running back, you got problems. It's straight from Coach O. And that's the reality of where we're standing here. We all saw it. Like, what the fuck? I could see like a jet sweep. Did you see, or is it just me? 2 3rd and 2s or 3rd and short. So it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Both bubble. Not vertical.
Yeah, backwards.
Horizontal passes.
Phil, I texted Kerry
Taking us
Franklin
back to
live
Matt
in the
Nagy.
moment. I said, I can hear Phil screaming all the way here in New York.
Harry showed me your text, and it was exact. I yelled so loud in the corner, I made Mrs. Ditka crack up. And I'm proud of that, Kerry. I go, you don't win by throwing it horizontally on 3rd down. We got an offensive running game issue, people.
Yep.
When you got a fucking running back stud, you get behind them with 2 tight ends. You have 2 first-round fucking tight ends, and you run the fucking ball off tackle right downhill and get the fucking first down. No, in Chicago, we're going to run a bubble. And guess what? This fucking clown-ass linebacker with the long hair knew it was coming the whole motherfucking time.
Bang equal, man.
I just run out here and bat this little shit down. Thanks for coming, guys.
What do you got for us next, Matt?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. And it doesn't make sense because they scripted these little dinks and dunks, like wide receiver screens, knowing that their running game wasn't going to be productive. But then, like, why would you not bring more than one running back? So it really didn't make any sense. But that's not the question I had for you. The other question I had for you, you guys kind of covered some of it. But what are your thoughts on the offensive line coaching, the rotation, and their play so far?
Well, the rotation, there wasn't a rotation, so you know what I mean.
Well, just like the depth chart and like who's playing what position. Do you think anyone's playing out of position, for example?
Well, yeah, I do. I think Braxton Jones is playing out of position because he shouldn't be our starting left tackle. But I mean, by default, he gets it. But I mean, if you go across the line, I don't think anybody's out of position. I mean, I'll be honest. I can remember when the Bears made the trade for Jonah Jackson. I think Ryan Cox sent me the breaking news tweet, and I was just like, meh, you know. And then you obviously look in the connection to Ben Johnson. So I mean, I kind of got it, but it's Phil and I were very vocal about how we would have addressed it, and Braxton Jones would not be the starting left tackle. Ozzie Trapillo would not have been drafted. Not saying that he can't be a decent right tackle, but we told everybody on draft day, don't see left tackle qualities with Ozzie. And don't forget,
Cole just stands up at the podium, smiles.
Don't forget, nobody's talking about this either. Ozzie Trapillo wasn't on the field at all. Who was? Who was
Theo
brought
Benedict
in?
Was the
Theo Benedict was
extra.
the guy. This is a guy drafted
number
in round
79 is eligible,
and they ran every time when he was on the field too.
And this is a guy drafted in round 2, and Benedict is out there. Like I said, it's
Ozzie Trapillo.
It's an indictment, and
off there's a pillow,
and it shows you how Ryan Poles.
He's a super nice guy,
is
Matt.
Full of shit.
That's how they fucking draft. That's what I told Hogue. I go, listen, if your staples in your team are really nice guys, then you ain't going to really nice Super Bowls.
Nope.
This isn't a game of choir boys, Virginia McCaskey. It's not. It's a fucking game where you got to find some fucking dirty animals. There's a reason why the times that you win, you got a few of them on the team, like Olin. You got some of these fucking guys that aren't going to take any Roberto Garza types. Fucking Jason McKee putting his faces. Urlacher, Briggs, Tillman. Okay, let's go back. You won a Super Bowl. How nice of a guy was Steve fucking McMichael? When people pass away, God bless them, we start talking about them differently, like they were angels. Steve McMichael probably was the biggest asshole ever in a bar and picked on everybody and didn't even give a fuck. He had the sweetest heart. He's a good guy.
I think Matt's train's getting closer, Phil.
It
is. Sorry.
Well, we need some bad boys in Chicago on the fucking team. And it's unfortunate your GM drafts guys like himself. And Jay, you said something great, and I think you got to read the stat. Your top 4 picks.
Oh, yeah. You had 3 second rounders. 3. I'm not sure if I ever remember a time when the Bears had 3 second round picks and you had a top 10 pick. Colston was like either 36 or 38 total snaps. Luther Burden got 15. 15.
Now, no one's saying anything bad about
didn't get out there. Shamar Turner hurt. Inactive.
Trapillo.
You're a 5-win team and your top 4 picks.
If I ran the team, our team would be completely fucking different. Do you think Cam Scattaboo's in on 3rd and 2?
Fuck yeah, he is.
Exactly. And he's running the ball downhill.
Yep.
Behind Ariante Ursery and Joe Tooney. You like that thought?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Dahlman at center, I would have gotten us a fucking center. That's the reality. We have a piss poor GM, a shitty owner who's soft as puppy shit. He's the softest. I heard he's the softest umpire in Illinois. He throws himself out of games. He doesn't want any confrontation with parents. George, please sell the team. I should have got the sell the team.
Yeah, don't even bring it, dude. It's not. It's not fucking happening, man. It's crying over spilled milk, bro. It's not, Phil. It's not. It's not happening. Let's just say this: it's not happening anytime soon. I understand, but it's
Jim
like
Harbaugh would have been our coach. It would have been.
Well, we talked about it.
Looking good out in the Chargers.
Yeah, good coaches look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give them some time. They got to get their players to fit their philosophy. But in Chicago, it's only one game. And I know our backup quarterback would have won that game. Even if our defense gave up 21 in the 4th, it doesn't matter. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
our fun. How does our slowest Sam linebacker get caught up covering the same fucking play that beat you last year? That same wheel route to Jones. This is McDonald fucking 101.
Phil, I think Aaron Jones has had a massive play against the Bears for the past 6 seasons between Green Bay and Minnesota. I'm serious, man.
Sounds about right.
And not only Noah Sewell in coverage on that.
That's your slowest linebacker. Yeah. Here, another. How about bring your really fast, overdrafted linebacker out to cover him on 3rd down? I think it was 3rd and 5. They isolate him outside against him. I'm like, please, it's not going to happen. Yes. And I'm like, maybe McCarthy will, because there was another play. McCarthy has this dude wide the fuck open for a touchdown. I was like, easy. Missed it. No one's burying him in Minnesota, right? Missed it. Didn't even see it. Throws a check down. And this dude drops it. What's his name from Carolina? Dropped that. He had this dude wide open. But I digress. Noah Sewell played good, but situationally, third down, that's the time you're going to bring in your 4th round pick, Shane.
Yeah.
Another pick. I think you put the number. The Bears had 4 picks in the top 50 of the draft, and not one of them started.
Yeah, top 60, like 1 or 2, whatever it came in at. But yeah, it's in your 5-win team. That's a problem. And I'm not saying that those guys are not talented, but holy shit. Your top 10 pick. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you have a top 10 pick, come on, please.
I'm glad Jeremiah reminded me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Brisker, the play before,
gave up.
It's getting pancaked out there.
I don't even know what the fuck he was doing. I can't remember the play. Maybe carry. And I'm like, I'm literally just watching Brisker on. God, I can't remember the play. I'm going to have to find it on tape where he just turns inside and stands there and just allows the wide receiver to leak out into the flat. Nobody covered him. Big first down. Third down play. He has no clue who the fuck he's covering. It's sad. It's sad.
Yep. You got anything else for us, Matt?
Not really. Just enjoying the show.
Nice. Well,
Matt, where are you from again?
I'm from Northern Illinois, the Rockford area.
All right.
It's about 90 minutes west of Chicago.
Carrie did not drive me there.
You're not missing much.
I went to the south side, the west side, the north side, the east side.
It's good you got Lou Malnati's though. That's the pizza right there.
I didn't get Lou Malin. I've had that before. So I've gone to Chicago. I think that was now my 11th time or 12th time.
Yeah, there's always a huge debate on what's the best deep dish there, if that's your thing.
Lou Malnati's is the best pizza I've had there. Not even talking deep dish or anything. It's just pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe somebody could step up. Even Carrie has admitted it wasn't that good. Nick and Vito's. So that's on the south side. And it just reminded me of my childhood when I had Tortino's frozen pizza. Tasted just if a Ritz cracker bottom. It tastes like a Ritz cracker, and it's that crunchy. And then they cut it into all these tiny, like I was at a bar mitzvah, and everybody's getting a little piece. It wasn't like slices, Shane, or big squares.
Right.
It was like little Ritz crackers. It cut it like it. It tasted like it, and that's what it was. So I gotta find a better pizza place, Matt.
Yeah,
with you. I like Lou Malnati's. That was excellent. I had their regular pizza, and I also had their keto pizza, which is like sausage, and it was awesome. Even the keto pizza. So Marciano's in Rockford. That's good. You're over in Rockford, right?
Yeah, Marciano's is pretty good.
There you go.
Nice.
Marciano's. All these Italians. I'm like, how many fucking Italians here? And they can't make pizza? Let's go. Fuck is going on? There's nothing. There's no Capone's pizza?
No.
No.
You got to go to, I think, Chicago for that one.
All right.
Perfect.
Sean Stewart is throwing his hat in the ring, Shane.
All right.
When me and Shane come together,
we're pizza snobs.
Yeah.
Same.
We got to bring Angelo, Shane.
Oh, yeah.
With his taste test.
We might not be able to. He might be too big for us.
He's blowing up.
He is. He is. But Matt, we appreciate you coming on, man. Enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want to If you
Matt
are
was a good patron, Shane, in the chat.
he is. I was a little nervous because these fuckers are slacking. They're slacking. I told them a couple weeks ago, try to have everything done by Monday, and at fucking 7:00, nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So, I guess this new regime changes, got everybody fucked up. So we'll get it all worked out. But enjoyed it, Matt. You did a great job tonight, man. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna move on. We got a couple of segments to go before we wrap up here and get out of here. And
anyone to shout out before you go?
Oh, it's #815. Thanks for having me on, guys.
God bless you, brother. Thanks for joining on. What was my rant? Did you give my rant a grade tonight?
Oh yeah, like the rants are always good. Give it a fat Illuminati's deep dish pizza.
There you go.
There you go. 10 out of 10.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
See you, man.
Matt, riding that train into the town, going on the L.
He's getting out of here.
Getting out of here.
Oh, let me see. Let me see what we have next.
We got a bigger strip.
You tell him, Angelo. It's been.
We should have brought Angelo on tonight for some.
Oh, we're in the midst of football season.
We needed
we're
Angelo.
fine. We're fine. We'll save him for the bye week.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football.
George, wear your suit and orange tie. Come out and tell us again why you're gonna get it right with the next GM.
But do you hear that off in the distance, Phil? Do you hear that noise?
I talked to Ted. He's pissed off.
Do you hear that?
Oh, we got some.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
What does that mean?
I love all.
No, it's not about balls, Cherie. It's about that time, boys and girls.
Dumbest tweet of the week.
Oh yeah, it's back, folks. The dumbest tweets of the week. With Shane, the smartest man, Marsaw.
Yeah, you're not gonna go back old school and go.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll bring that portion of it back next
We're
week.
gonna try to rhyme something with Amanda.
Yeah. Let's get right into it. It was easy pickings. I had so many to pick for. I could have done a 3-hour show easily on the nonsense, obviously, just after the game alone. But guys, stick with us here at TTNL. We told you there's going to be bumps. We understand that. But everybody is so quick to judge. It's been one game. And we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, we will address that too, and we will talk about it. We're not going to hold anything back because we were all pro Caleb in bringing him in here. Let's just say let's say it moves forward and Caleb just cannot figure it out. We'll talk about that too. We're not afraid of that. But with that being said, and I expanded tweets this year, it's not just going to be things available on X. It's going to be things available on Facebook.
Yes.
On Instagram, there might be some audio brought to it. I told our patrons I was going to include some of the fucking chat on the patron chat because it got so ridiculous the other night.
We might have an emergency podcast.
Oh yeah, but we're not gonna do an emergency podcast. We're gonna wait for the facts to come out. So we're not gonna jump the gun, right? Jesus. All right. With that being said, we went
to chat messages are available too.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
and I don't care if you're subscribed to us. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe.
Hold everybody accountable.
And that's why. So we went off script. I'm starting dumbest tweets of the week tonight with a Facebook post. And where did the Facebook post come from, Phil? It came from the TTNL Network, Keepin It 100 Facebook page.
We need a moderator in there.
And it starts with this. Dave Luckett what does the tape say? Because the tape never lies. And when he says that, he's being condescending. I know one thing. We need a running back, 2 DBs, and maybe a new quarterback. What does the tape say? And how does Dave follow it up? By commenting on his own post. This. There's too many grown men in here afraid to stand on business, and they will then rely on other men to tell them what happened, even after you watched the events themselves. So that's clearly a shot at TTNL and TTNL fans saying that nobody can stand on their own authority by what they see. But why did you put this? Why are you asking us what the tape said then, Dave?
Hypocrite.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. Right?
Big Dave. Blurry Dave.
Spend a little more time procuring your comments. Take 7 minutes away from your beard.
The first Dave
put some better comments.
Figure it out. We're on to Dave the fourth. Can't figure it out.
I think it's the last name, Luckett. We've had bad luck with all the Luckets. I think. Remember, there were so many of them back in the day that used to just love us. But yeah, you're making fun of people for not standing on authority, and then you yourself come out and say, "Well, what does the tape say?" You don't need me. Do it yourself, bro. Stand on your own authority. So you made the cut this week, Dave. So bravo to you, kid. All right, and let's go. And Phil, this one's going to make you very, very happy. This takes us to Twitter, or X, as it is known nowadays. And this is Jacob Infante 24 from X.com. And he said this immediately after the game the other night. I gave Justin Fields until midway through year 3 before I gave up hope. You have to accelerate that timeline for Caleb Williams, given what's around him. It's too early to give up on Caleb right now, but this level of play won't fly if he's going to be a franchise quarterback for the Bears. So that was posted on September 8th at 11:32 p.m. What happened next? Look at that. Today, Jacob Infante tweets out, hashtag Bears quarterback Caleb Williams had an EPA per play of 0.12 when he was pressured on Monday Night Football. He ranked 6th among all starting quarterbacks in week 1. He's got more to work on, but there's some promise in the mix. Good to see him faring so well in collapsing pockets.
Oh, spoken like someone that's never been in a pocket.
Does that match up with what you put 2 days previous? It's too early to give up on Caleb, but this level of quarterback play won't fly if he's going to be a franchise quarterback in Chicago. This, again, is my point. And I don't think Phil got to see this.
None of this shit. I didn't see Dave Luckett. However, I did see Keith Luckett and his wife at the tailgate.
Yeah, we love Keith Luckett. I wasn't taking a shot on Keith Luckett. Who was the Luckett on Facebook that we hated?
That was another Luckett. There has been a few Lucketts and Lucays.
Yeah.
So it ain't Keith and his lovely wife.
No. I'm sorry. I should have thought that out. I wasn't making fun of you.
Maybe it was all for Dave.
Right.
Since he's the fan.
So there was so many dumb tweets out there. So
you have more.
Along with dumb, there's also good ones. And
there's not another dumb one.
There's Phil. My hopper is full.
You had to pull up at least one dumb patron.
Well,
can we start that?
I
say yes.
We're gonna start it, but we might do an entire segment on. Well, one of our patrons told Shane and Phil to get off their knees and performing acts on Caleb Williams, and then unsubscribed and quit his patronage. But that's whatever. We might do an entire. I'm gonna see how the chat room goes during the game this week, because I have a ton of screenshots. I even said last night. I said Lucas Vandermeide was one of them. I mean, everybody was losing their shit. It was It was crazy,
Oh
but
my
so we're
God.
gonna
Mind went down that road too.
He did, but I get it. Listen, he's a fan. I get it. It's tough, but with all bad, there comes good. So let's get over to the good over here.
Before you do the good,
Yes.
I just want to point out how Shane just pointed out Mr. Infante. And it was what, a 24-hour span where it flip-flopped, or was that a 48-hour span?
Yeah, it was 2 days. It was not quite 2 days, but it was. I can give you the actual timestamps.
Destroy somebody.
So it was September 8th at 11:32 p.m. and then the follow-up was September 10th at 5:46 p.m.
So now he wants to get in the good graces. See, this is why I don't have respect for this kind of amateurish.
But my point is, you can't question the validity of a guy moving forward completely and then backtrack within, that quick. It's just it's why everybody is so quick. It's why everybody is so quick.
I was fucking wrong. Acknowledge the shit you fucking spewed to people that are following you.
Yeah.
Like, I understand a fan, like Mike Huff is saying, fans are going to lose their shit because they want to win and yada, yada, yada. I want to win. I was disappointed. Ask Carrie.
We did.
And Sean. I'm walking down the fucking street completely exhausted, going over my mind about that fucking decision to go for it on 4th down. He kicks the field goal. I guarantee, like, as Adam Hogue is guaranteeing Tyson Bagent would have won, the Bears and Caleb would have won had the coach decided to kick the field goal or draw them off sides, then call timeout. You called timeout and decided to go for it. Do the other way.
And he admitted his mistake. And he admitted his mistake with the challenge. He's like, when I saw initially, I thought I saw the knee up, and he's like, I have to rely on my guys. So it sounds like he saw it and he just overreacted and threw it. But
I honestly,
Steve Shinogle says, Shane, I'm sure you'll find stupid tweets from CHGO eventually. Listen, Phil and I do a show with CHGO, and just because we do a show there doesn't mean that we won't call them out.
We hold everybody, including ourselves, accountable.
Go watch the After Dark. Poor Philip Norton last night. If you didn't see it, go watch it. I had my own DDP rant. We were talking about. I was telling everybody how mad it made me with the comment from Ben Johnson of saying that the 70% completion percentage is the goal in all of that, and it's a goal. It's not a prerequisite. It's not a demand at this point. And I said, what makes me so mad is that you get these beat reporters and media members that go to training camp and they start charting these passes in training camp without context. They have no idea what's going on. And I actually feel you'll remember this because I called out Greg too. You and I were on the phone with Greg when this happened, talking about it. I said, Phil, from a coaching perspective, there's certain situations in practice, especially when you're like, so if you go back and watch the 1920 football drive, Ben Johnson walks up to Caleb. He goes, all right, on this, it's going to the end zone no matter what. This throw is going into the end zone. The reporters don't know that. So if it's a forced pass that Ben Johnson is telling you to make in that situation to see what works, that's going to get charted as a bad pass, a forced pass that will get tweeted on X, that will be reported on the radio everywhere. And Patrick, to his credit, he goes, well, yeah, I charted those. And I said, well, I'm here to tell you that's stupid because you're doing it with no context.
I met Pat at Jim Larson's party.
Yeah. And, he took
Pat was Pat.
He took it great. And it was obviously nothing against Pat personally. But again, so my point was when I was talking to Chris in the chat earlier about making things up that you think to be true, speaking on them with confidence when they're not factual, the 70% myth completion percentage. So let's go down this vortex. 70% completion percentage. Jared Goff. Guess when he passed for 70% for the first time in his career? Year 9 was the first time he hit 70%. And that was just this past year. And that was year 4 under Ben Johnson. But we have people charting and looking for 70% in training camp practices where things are scripted, scenarios are scripted, and nobody has any context. That's why none of it makes sense. You're looking for negativity to spew. That's it.
Chicago a Super Bowl chance.
That's it.
We gotta chart the plays because we're needy. The Bears are doing it to feed the greedy.
So, real quick, before so we can wrap this up,
if you chart practice reps, you are so inclined to try to spark some sort of deliberate chaos to the quarterback. Were they charting Tyson Bagent's reps? Were they charting all the other You're never, and Shane, you hit it out of the park. You know who does that the right way? The coach, who says, okay, we're working on third down situations, third down and short, third and plus, and this is where we're going to be looking at these scenarios. And in these scenarios on third and plus, how many times did he make the right decision, right throw? It was dropped. That's not going to be a negative towards the quarterback. Did he make the right? That's where they're charting. That's the stuff that you actually do. Having some reporter who doesn't know football, doesn't know the playbook, the articulation of the plays, and having to regurgitate that and learn that language. I can't express that alone. So
right.
You have your head coach, your new head coach, telling everyone he's feeding Caleb like a baby a box of cornflakes in his mouth.
He's spoon feeding him with a shovel.
There you go. Spoon feeding him with a shovel, trying to get him to absorb and understand quickly to help this football
Welcome
team.
to the Tape Never Lies Network, Bogey.
That's why we say stats are for losers.
Yes.
The tape is for winners. That's why every coach gets to the podium. I don't know. I got to go look at the tape. The reality of where this football team and the media, not all of them, there is an agenda to destroy. I've said it. I live on the East Coast. Everyone will tell you the New York media is tough. They are. But they ain't going out of their way to destroy a young, talented quarterback. They let that happen on its own and tell the story. What the Chicago people are doing to Caleb Williams on this every level, the homophobic shit, the personal attacks, the bullshit, the backup quarterback, the behind the scenes shit talk, the commentary from Tyler Dune. You want to report shit?
Done.
Fine. But you start sprinkling your own personal agenda in shit, you're doing it wrong. And I never even read it. I'm just talking to people that I respect that looked at it. And it's like, it just takes every validity into it out because you've spoiled it. It's like putting shit in a soup. You ain't going to eat it unless you want to kill somebody. It's just
and I know
pathetic on so many levels, Shane.
Yeah, and I mean the whole Tyler Dunn. I don't even want to give the Tyler Dunn shit.
Is it Dune or Dunn?
Dunn. I don't want to give it.
It wasn't done correctly. How about
I don't
that?
want to give it, any even fucking notice because it's listen. Did Caleb do things wrong? 100%. There's some semblance of truth in everything, but the way that things, the way that things were painted.
Sorry, this sashade.
Well, and the
Sorry,
glitz,
that kind of articulation,
and the glitzy gazelle. It's
Greg Braggs mentioned that the glitzy gazelle. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like,
but Phil, the way that it was.
At what point are you fucking clearly you had an axe and an agenda? You have an easy target. It's daily sports talk on Cap and Hood. All these fans, this. It's like waiting for almost 7 months to see a product and thinking that it's going to be that thing that you wanted, and it's not, because it's football.
Right.
They're
and
also getting paid over there.
The timing of it.
The time, yeah,
plays into it.
The
and
fact
the
that
whole
he's
thing,
a Packer fan.
I
have 2 former Bears go, dude, this fucking guy is a Packer fan.
Yeah,
so of course, before the opener, let's stir up the Bears fans.
Critical to realize that, when you're in there and, and he was rogue. He nobody liked him. All of this stuff. Listen, he skipped out on meetings. So let's really break that portion of it down. And I've probably repeated this stuff here, but if you're not invested, Phil, you know this. You and I have talked about this 100 times. We talked about it with Cap, everybody. If you are in the NFL and you are not invested and you are not putting in any effort and you're a glitzy gazelle and sashaying all over the place and all of this bullshit that was spewed about Caleb Williams, and you're blowing off your coaches, not taking anything of it, any part of it serious, please explain to me. Now I'll bring stats in. How the fuck do you throw for 3,541 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions when you've had 2 head coaches, multiple offensive coordinators within the same season, surrounded by the chaos that was the 2024 Chicago Bears? If you want to flip those numbers around and say 6 touchdowns and 20 interceptions, then we have something to fucking talk about. Then your overall point has more validity.
You have
so the main takeaway is this. Let's just say what Tyler Dunn said. Everything is 100% true. Caleb wasn't bought in. He didn't give a fuck. He blew off meetings. He didn't want to be there. All of this bullshit. Let's say it's all factual and it's all true. Well, if he put up those numbers, then he is the single most talented motherfucking player that has ever donned a fucking uniform in league history. End of story.
Drop the mic.
Period.
100%. As my uncle Sam Rutigliano said, if he wasn't what he is, if he didn't give a shit, there's no way he could have done what he did in the tornado of destruction that has been Ryan Poles and his coaching selections or selection and Matt Eberflus. And come out of that with those types of numbers. And single-handedly, he won you the game. If it wasn't for your coach against the Commanders, he should have beat Green Bay twice, not once, twice last year. They cheated and double pushed. I don't give a fuck what the NFL says, and made a block. And you all know the story. Shane, you're 100% right. I got to send a shout out. Dion Miller is watching Shane, and she writes, preach. Charting training camp stats is an unnecessary exercise. Great show. Bears are so frustrating. Love you guys. So
love
even
you,
Dion. We love Dion.
Gotta
get her. Told her.
Gotta get her back on the show.
Get her back on the show.
She's got to still have that basketball hoop set up. Right?
She did dunk it for us.
She did.
Right?
Yeah. She's got mad skills on the court, I've heard.
She does.
But
Browns,
yeah, it's
Cleveland.
just all of that nonsense. And let's be honest, like I said, the people that are attacking Caleb, he could go out there and throw 40 touchdowns and one interception, and they're going to focus on the one interception. That's never going to change. But
Did the Bills fans give up on my boy Josh Allen, Shane?
oh, right. And I think it was our guy Mike Huff in the patron chat, and I'm not making fun of him for this. He posted a quote from Bill Walsh saying, you know, if you don't know who your quarterback is by 20 through 26 games, then he's not the guy. Well, and you know, Mike said, well, we're getting close. We're at 18. He's had 3 head coaches. He's played 4 quarters for Ben Johnson.
Bill Walsh was the staple that
you have to essentially
was
take
there.
year 1 and just
Throw it out the window.
wipe it away. Right.
Come on,
unfortunately.
Mike. Maybe
No,
Mike will pull a Lindy and Font. Or
yeah,
Jacob and Font.
He understood it. So those were the dumb ones, Phil.
Wait, on top of that, one other thing, and
Yeah.
he deserves credit. What was his name? Bogey or Boogie?
Bogey.
Bogey. If any of this shit was 100% true, your teammates would not have
Make you
voted
captain.
you a captain.
Exactly.
It's
Especially
just-
this year.
Especially
And
this.
let's think about this too. Has Ben Johnson been calculated in
Yes.
his interviews, in choosing where he goes? Do you think that he would not have the ability to find out all of this information? And I don't want to hear he came here because of the money. He was going to get paid wherever he went. Wherever he went.
100%. That's
Ben
why
Johnson,
Tom
if there-
Brady himself called him. Last time I checked, Al Davis's son, Mr. fucking, what is that? Clips? What's that quick haircut place? Something Clips himself, the owner of the Raiders, with his whatever Clips. I totally wish I
Yeah.
my
But
joke. Anyway, he
He's
would have
just-
been paid there to go
Right.
coach the Raiders.
right, he would have been coached wherever he went, Phil, but he would have had access to what was it. His
Sports
agent
clips.
his
Thank you,
agent
Matt.
is based in
Sports
Chicago.
clips.
So they would have known
Not a
all
clip.
of this. If there was any validity to any of this, and as toxic as Tyler Dunn made it sound and that made it look like Caleb Williams is, he wouldn't have touched it. He would not have touched Chicago.
If I said that earlier in the show in my rant, like he's here because of Caleb Williams, not because of Tyson Bagent, Ryan Poles, the city of Chicago, George McCaskey, none of it. You as a head coach, where are you going? You're trying to identify who the guy is that's going to help you win the championship at the most important position in football. Let's not forget that. Ryan Poles has many awards, and it all starts up front. And right now, it's trending backwards into the backfield. The McCaskies, do you believe in their hiring? Come on.
And
Look at the big picture.
How about this? Any of the coaches that were dismissed?
Yeah.
Is anybody anybody missing anybody?
Chris Morgan going on the tape. I call Chris Morgan a fraud to Cap. Well, some people, who? I go, who, Cap? He's awful.
Yep.
Awful. It's on tape.
100%. But
Cap
Phil,
had to give me my due.
He did. Let's wrap up the tweets portion of it.
Tweets.
I have two.
A
I have
positive
one.
tweet.
Yeah, one from our guy Matt Waldman, and it goes kind of hand in hand. And I think it's important because this goes in what we were. It showed up on tape last year. Phil talked about one of the, and I was wrong. I went on BHL and I was critical of Caleb missing DJ on that one, and then you're seeing the TV feed and in the live reaction. So that was a miss for me. But Matt Waldman sent this tweet out. Matt Waldman, as shared with me last year from Matt Harmon _BYB, Moore, talking DJ Moore, may protest this a bit, but he was like a box of chocolates as a route
Never
runner
know
last
what
year.
you're gonna get.
Never know what you're gonna get. So I thought that was kind of fitting, you know, not even knowing the direction that we were going to take this show because there's no script, but that kind of puts a bow on that one. But here is the ultimate one, and if you got to tune in for another Bears show live on TTNL Network last night with Ivan Vargas, I brought this audio clip, and this it's who we are. It's why we started this, and the caller here is clearly pro Justin Fields, but that's not the point. It's him calling out people for switching their. You're pounding the table for a certain situation, and then one thing changes in one game, and you completely change your outlook. And we will never do that here, ever. Phil and I have been places, we've been on shows where they wanted Phil and I to create fake controversy and fights. And no, if we disagree, we'll disagree. If we agree, we'll agree. We're not going to make shit up for clicks. So this happened on The Score, and I'm just going to play this for everybody.
I wanted to speak about was the journalists like Chicago Sports Media. Is it you guys' job to help the fan out, to give us a lead as far as what's going on with the team? Because what we're seeing with Caleb Williams right now and what David Hall's been preaching for so long is that we had our guy, Danny Parkins, all these guys. You guys made it seem like as Chicago Bears fans, we had our guy. And now I'm listening to David Hall when you just said we got our coach, we got our quarterback, and he's now being smug and saying, oh, okay, but you shoved it down our face for last year we had Justin Fields that he wasn't our guy. If I got to lean on you guys for talent evaluation, I'm dead in the water. Brad Biggs looks like he can't catch a pass, let alone throw a pass, but he's telling me all day long who's a good quarterback and who's not. For Chicago to change around, we need new journalism and new analysts as far as Chicago sports media goes, because you guys are pathetic.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kev.
Thanks, Kev. Yeah, it's just, and again, listen.
Goes back to Dave Luck,
and we got to be honest. It's not all media, but we're gonna call it out. Like Dion's watching this right now, and she's like, "Shane hate me." No, we're not talking about you at all. But this is the point, and it's just everybody is so. You can sit here and leading up to the draft. Love a player. We had it happen on our network, Phil. A analyst can love a player and then on draft night realize that the chat room doesn't like the player.
Yeah.
And then you shift your focus because
that was Barrelissimo.
You want to be accepted. And that's not good for anybody. Phil and I, there's been plenty of players. Do you think there was people out there banging the drum for Calvin Banks like TTNL was? No. Do you remember the short arms argument? He can't play. He's an interior player. All of this bullshit. And there was people that I've been friends with for years. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't play left tackle because his arms are 7/8 of an inch too short. What? Stop, please. If you're a good football player, you can play. Go look at who's the guy that played center for North Carolina, the 5'11".
The heck's his name?
Yeah, and guess where he ended up?
Bugs.
Guess where he ended up? Philadelphia claimed him, and he's on their 53-man roster.
It's disappointing.
It's not all about length and explosiveness. Sometimes if you're a good football player, you're a good football player. And I am never going to look at a good football player and say, oh, you know what? You've been playing this position your entire life and your arms are, 7/8 of an inch too short. So yeah, you can't cut it at this level. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I sure as shit don't want to hear anybody that's worked for this organization tell me that when you've blown so many draft picks yourself over the years. Dan Bazine, guys like that, Michael Okwo, Joaquin Iglesias, Jerron Gilbert, the pool jumper. I can go on all night long. Where was your analysis with those guys? But you're worried about an 1/8 of an inch or 7/8 of an inch arm length. Stop.
Pathetic. It's not even real. That's why you watch the tape.
Yeah, Lampkin was the name I
Yeah.
was trying to think of. Yeah.
Lampkin's a baller inside. We watch, well, we don't have to go into everything, but the reality, I know we have a lot of some super chats to get to, but what a night. I think we got a lot of our grievances off our chests, and we're able to put this into TTNL perspective for the fans, and there should be an expectation. I told Jake from CHGO, I go, listen, we probably have the worst business model out of everybody because we honestly just care about one thing. It's not to entertain. It's just to spit the truth. And you use the tape to go there, and then there's always going to be debate because people can watch the same tape and come away with two different thought processes. All I know is my batting average is way higher than Ryan Pohl's, and I will stay to that. And I don't give a fuck about you. Nobody knows what jobs and things and chances I've had to turn down because I put family first.
Right, Phil. And it's the thing about it is, I said, we get painted with this brush of we want to instigate and provoke and call people out. And it's always been bullshit ever since we started. It's because what we do different here is when we're talking about people, we use the names, we bring, like, I'm sure somebody will tag Jacob Infante, and I don't care. I would say the same thing to Jacob Infante if he was on here.
Come on the show.
How many places?
Ask him. They should tag him. Look at your tweet 2 days. Explain that, Jacob. That's what I would say to Jacob.
How many networks? I mean,
I told Carm right to his face, you're foolish with this Bayesian shit. Me and you won't agree.
But Phil, we have
one other thing.
Yeah.
Back to my point with Jake. We might have the worst business model, whatever. We care about the truth. I say we will tell patrons, don't be a patron. We don't need you. I'm not kissing, nor is Shane, anybody's ass because you're some fucking patron.
Oh, I've removed
you want the fucking truth.
I've removed patrons. I've removed patrons and refunded their money.
Exactly. I'm gonna be wrong. Shane's gonna be wrong. It's the fucking truth. And the reality is we're not gonna apologize for it. Everybody's gonna be wrong. We don't have the full medical and mental health backgrounds that everybody has, but we certainly can see the tape and show you it as well.
Phil, I think a classic example of all of this is, and I said we've had the benefit of making some friends, over the years doing this, and people that are in the industry and involved, to a much, much higher level than we are. But, I always go back to Cap. And, people can dislike Cap and not agree with some of the things that he says, but the brutal honesty that you're going to get here, don't forget, Cap came on here and Phil told him to his face, I didn't like you.
Right.
You're not going to get that a lot of places. And now Cap is a guy that Phil and I talk to like literally on a daily basis. We have a clip of Cap talking about Phil and I. He's like, I talk to these guys more than I talk to my own wife, it seems like, which obviously isn't true, but it just means that it's a lot. But that's what we're talking about. Just because we call somebody out doesn't mean that we're not going to say it to their face, or that even it's we can never respect them or hash things out. It's just what we do here, and it's not for everybody. A lot of people would like to pussyfoot around and not use names, pretend, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I have a big pedestal that I stand on, and I have a big audience because of who I work for, and I'm going to pretend like I don't even know who these motherfuckers are. But yet, you can go back in my library of shows that I did, and I did a show about TTNL Network calling me out. And I'm talking about Pat the designer did that. And then he tweeted out, "Hey, Pat, TTNL's got a beef with you. Who dat? Who dat? Doesn't know who we are, but you did a show on us." That's the bullshit that we're talking about. And we would talk to Pat, and we probably like Pat if we talked to him. But please, come on. Everybody knows everybody. Stop.
Everybody knows TTNL in Chicago. It's very, very clear. I mean, it's just silly. And the reality is we can say things that maybe some of them can't say, and that's different. They come on here. I mean, Courtney Cronin comes on here, starts cussing up a storm, feeling at home. That's what this is about. The truth over here. I have nothing but respect for everybody. I just don't like a two-face. Be who you are in front of me as you are when you walk away. Everybody knows a person. And I don't know about you, but I have been around people that if me and Shane are there as friends and another person that we both know comes up and that person walks away and Shane starts talking shit about them, I start losing respect for Shane.
Exactly.
As he's, hey, yeah, what's up, man? Cool, yeah. And it's all phony. And as soon as that guy walks away, he's like, that motherfucker. No, Shane will treat that guy, if he's a dick, as the dick he is, right in his face. And that's why we have so much trouble in this world, because we can't just be honest. We have to be right. We have to be first. We have to have that moment to shove it in your face. And honestly, we've been painted a certain picture, like he said, but backed into a corner where you have to like, hey, I was the first fucking guy on YouTube to break down the tape. Now everybody's doing it. That's true. But Aldo deleted my history. It's disheartening. It hurts. Shane knows. Breaking down old Jay Cutler. Shit wasn't happening. Nobody was doing it. Me, I was doing it. And thus, the whole story goes on from there. I have to say that because nobody else is saying that. But it's the truth. So I have no problem saying it.
Yeah, but even Bogey like this, I mean, we have people from ESPN on with us. So I don't want to hear that nonsense.
I had Dion just text me from ESPN.
We've had Waddle on. I mean, back in the we had Sarah Spain on when she was on ESPN. Remember that was the
Hoodie.
Yeah, Hoodie, Cap.
Cap. What are we doing?
Players. I mean, Jesus Christ.
We've had Jason McKee on, Olin Kreutz, fucking Brian Urlacher. Nothing is going to stand in the way of the truth unless some fucking schemy producer's uncomfortable with you coming on and speaking the truth. It's performance over politics every single time. Once you allow politics in, that's where you get going and you'll just take your little shots. But half of as Sean Stewart said, 85% of what TTNL said a year ago is being spoken about today. And I take that as my battle sword going into any show. Because what was the movie? Dirty Dancing? No one's putting Phil in a corner. Nobody's putting me there. I will stand up for myself.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you there, but let's rip through these super chats real quick. Phil, do you want to pronounce the last name? I mean, that's just some added humor.
Ken.
Let's just call him Ken.
Weisrick.
All right, sounds good. Ken, $2. Should Nashawn Wright replace 29 when no, he should
absolutely not.
No. Don't agree with that. I think I think Tyreek is extremely talented. Does he have to get some things under control? But I think that Dennis Allen can help that. I mean, you're talking about a DB that plays with an extreme physical nature of like a linebacker when he hits at corner.
Yeah, that he's a baller. I know he got turned around and got beat once, but
it's the NFL, Phil. It happens. Yeah, it
so
happens.
did this dude. He had the fucking. They were doing shit. He gets a fucking. How many yards was that pass interference?
42.
42-yard penalty on third down.
Yep.
All he has to fucking do is turn his head.
Yep, a woefully underthrown ball. Yep. Mo Elmy, $1.99. Phil, how was your demeanor in the stadium second half? Yeah, well, I think we talked about it a little here.
Kept getting the crowd up.
Yeah.
Every third down, ask Kerry Franklin. I'm like, all right. I had to remind the whole section. Andrew always got up to be factual.
Pontruvius Sweezy, $4.99. I hope we never again see the laziness and lack of accountability of the Puss Floos era. We also need a power run game between the tackles, not DeAndre Swift. Now, listen, is DeAndre Swift, is he going to be my lead back? But no, he had a couple really nice runs where he even impressed me, running with aggression there late when that was on the drive that got
that all the time.
Exactly. But on that drive that got nixed out with the bullshit penalties, that drive. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're running the football. We're gonna, eat up some clock, and unfortunately, it just, back up.
Wasn't the throw to Swift when Darnell gets the penalty?
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yep. So
they do need. I mean, before we go on to this question, Britton Brown. Me and you were so impressed with his.
Well, exactly, Phil. We talked about even in the waiver claims, you're in a position to take a chance. I'm not saying that these players are going to work out. The Bears signed a 6th or 7th special teams corner and a 3rd or 4th middle linebacker special teamer. And guess what? Your special teams sucks.
Awful.
You're
not even in the vicinity of good.
Would I love to see
you had a punt block, you missed a field goal, your coverage team sucked, and you fucking failed to put it through the back of the end zone, and you would have had 56 seconds.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that
I said came out. I go, if it gets into the end zone, they would have had 56 seconds to work with.
Yeah, and you heard Ben, yeah. And like I said, everybody knows the fuck you bullets drop and what that's all about. And it's 100%. You cannot do what Cairo did with the end zone kickoff.
No.
And I don't give a shit what 50-yard field goals get missed.
If he can't do it, you have this fucking Australian fucking leg power boy to kick it.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if that's something that is.
If they don't, they're just as dumb as Ted Phillips.
Right. And again, and I will say this, and I posed this to TTNL patrons in the chat because there was a ton of them in there. You fuck Cairo, you gotta cut him, and I said the same thing to Bullets. Who's your replacement? Give me a name. Give me a name of who your replacement is. And I got one, Jake Moody, who just got released in San Francisco. And I understand field goal kickers bounce around, but I mean, he's been woefully inconsistent. That's been the problem. Does he have a stronger? Of course, Cairo does not have a strong leg, but I'm not going to sit here and let people say that he can't kick 50-yard field goals.
I swear
he was 8 of 9 from 50 plus last year. 15 for his last 18
yarder going the other way that he was kicking. He hit it 60 in warm-ups. We got to do that super chat. We didn't do it.
Oh yeah, no, I'll bring it back up. I was just gonna say this. I saw this a couple of times in the chat, so I wanted to start. We should have signed Mason. They're talking about Jordan Mason, the running back. He wasn't a free agent. He was traded for. Minnesota traded for him. And again, yes, the Bears, I agree. That's things like that is, I mean,
those are the moves.
Philadelphia goes out and trades for Tank Bigsby. They're making moves, and they signed Audric Estime to put on their practice squad. Give me Estime in Chicago.
100%.
Try him out.
Get another. How many backs on the practice squad? One.
Yeah, Britton Brown.
How many backs still not pillar pieces but are on the roster? One. Rashawn.
Yeah, a plotting running back with a history of concussions has a foot problem. That's awesome. That's great. That's a great recipe.
Didn't pick up anybody.
Chris Ruderschmidt. Phil, you know that guy. Met him.
My guy.
Great meeting Phil, Ivan, and all the patrons on Sunday. My bear up is Komet. He had a great game, blocking, and a ridiculous catch. Bear down is Dahlman. Yeah, we didn't get into I mean, we talked about it.
Dahlman a few times.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, we didn't do our bear up, bear down, but it is what it is.
Night.
We rehashed the entirety of the Monday Night Football. Yasir Ahmed, $4.99. I'm shocked by Kurt's analysis, talking about Kurt Warner on Caleb. He's been very critical of him going back to last year. He said he played a really good game on Monday, and this is why we tell people that the tape is critical. And if, unfortunately, when Phil comes out on Saturday, if he points something out positive about Caleb, and we make a reel of it and put it out there, people, oh yeah, this asshole said he's generational and he's never gonna say anything bad about Caleb. Watch the show. I was the one going out there. I was critical of Caleb's sloppy ass shirt that he wore, and to me, that shit matters. It gives your defender one more thing that they can grab onto. It was dumb. I thought it was dumb. He came out there. Yes, we can be critical of Caleb. Who fucking cares? We're critical of players all the time. You can't sit here and say that TTNL, we had a longtime patron quit his patronage the other day because he said we're too negative about the team. So we're too negative, but we're blowing smoke on certain players. Stop. Doesn't work that way.
But
Mo is back. There was a time where Josh Allen throws were way worse than Caleb, but he got developed. Caleb was way ahead of the curve. Calm down. P.S. Let Justin Fields go. Well, teams let Justin Fields go all the time. So Kevin Shiana, $2. Wish Bears had a running back that could break a tackle. Yeah, we're right there with you. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of number 25 this weekend.
How many times have we seen, I've never seen a football team. How many were dressed? 2?
Yeah, Swift and Monungai.
I want you to look it up in the history of football.
Yeah, I mean, that's
DJ. In the history of the NFL.
I believe they lined, Burden was lined up there. I didn't write it down. I don't have it right.
Running back game day roster only have 2 from 2020. I mean, we'll go 2013 and beyond. I would think it's a rarity, just 2 backs dressed. Sorry, it's a fucking drop by Ben.
When you want to establish a running game, yeah, it's kind of critical. And I mean,
4-minute offense. Has Swift ever said to you, it's almost rhetorical, that he's going to run the 4-minute offense for you and pound some tough yards and get come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's not on the bingo card.
Honestly, pathetic on the GM and the coach. I don't know how it's not being talked about more.
Yeah.
Britton Brown should have been brought up and given you another resource. He might have carried out the game for. We've seen it 100 times for other teams. They find their Masons like the 49ers did. Then they traded him as a piece for themselves. Benjamin Hooper
Yep, $4.99. Is Caleb missing the easy ones a mechanic issue or his? It's both, Ben. And if you go back to the beginning of the show, I gave my thought process on it. I just think it kind of goes against conventional wisdom of what they're saying about him because they're saying that he holds the ball too long. His internal clock to me is just it's sped up, and to me that just shows that he's not comfortable in the situation yet and in the offense and having a firm grasp on everything. His internal clock to me is sped up where I want to say that he's fidgety, but it's not a controlled chaos. And I think once you're in that state, everything is off just a little bit, and it doesn't take much. If your mechanics are off, or especially with your feet are always gonna tell the story. Like if you go look at Mitch, we talked about it, Phil. Remember how he used to unlock that left foot, and then everything would sail, and you're like, why is everything sailing left with Mitch? Well, it was in his foot, in that left foot, and he did it all the time, and I think once he gets that internal clock, his internal clock slows down a little bit. I think it's going to help with his footwork and with his overall mechanics, and I think the accuracy is going to improve. With that, 100%.
Shane, I don't know if you noticed Caleb's random gray under.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
I
did.
Noticed it too. I'm
well,
like,
we texted pregame. I'm like, did you see him walking out with the sloppy ass
you
shirt?
wear a shirt, you gotta make it the color of the jersey,
Well,
or
it wasn't
the opposite color, like an orange.
Or yeah, but the compression
wearing gray.
But Phil, even the fucking, I mean, you're giving a defender one more thing that they can grasp. The compression shirt is, form fitting, very, very tight. It's a lot harder to grasp onto. When's the last time? I'm sure somebody can dig one up someplace, but it's
Champ Sports gray.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like going to like Kmart back in the day and buying a Bears shirt and it's the wrong blue. You know what I mean? That used to drive me crazy.
My defensive coordinator, Coach Fish, would lose his fucking mind. We have picture day on Friday. If one of those kids comes in, because obviously navy, yellow, or white, you can wear. One of those kids comes in with a neon green shirt under their jersey, like shoulder pad. Fish will lose his fucking mind.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of it is just it's we're the old curmudgeons, yelling, at our lawn and shit like that. I talk about it with my son all the time. I remember when we played sports, your school colors, if you went out and bought your cleats or your basketball shoes like that, everything would kind of match up. You'd match it up with your teammates. Now, like my son's school that he goes to, it's kind of like based off the Chicago Bulls, the color scheme and their uniforms and stuff like that. And you go to these travel teams, and I mean, holy shit, the kids have neon green shoes, bright pink shoes, navy blue shoes. It's it's just the way that it is.
Yeah, we had a kid wearing pink cleats.
Yeah.
I just looked at it. I was like, shook my head. Not me. I can't get home.
2A all day. According to ChatGPT, the last time a team had only 2 active running backs was with the Arizona Cardinals, 2019 Week 7.
I can guarantee, because they had injuries, they needed to do that by Week 7. Imagine opening night running out 2 when you have one on the fucking. It's crazy. The Cardinals suck too, so there you go. It's bad feelings in regards to the GM. It's bad feelings in regards to Tyler Dunn. Done bun can't be undone.
Speaking of done, I could have just ended the show right there.
Let's get out of here.
Would have been the perfect ender.
Shane, I did send you the link for the game. Did you get it?
I was at my son's soccer game and walked in minutes before.
DM'd you.
Yeah, so
link on Facebook.
We'll get that taken care of. Probably not tonight.
No.
You slave
I'm
driver.
going to fucking bed, bro. I'm tired.
Oh.
Traveled, coached.
I hear ya.
38 to 6, Shane.
I said to congratulations. I saw I had to fucking laugh when you're talking about the deep ball that Tate threw, and I'm like, oh shit. the way that it ended. We'll post it. I don't wanna give up the secrets, but we'll post it so if you want to watch Phil's game, we have the ability to live stream the games,
we'll put it on
games.
Patron, home games.
Yeah, so it's going to be posted for our patrons to watch, and you can see Phil.
Make sure Popcorn
coaching.
Diva gets Shane the link every week.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Sid, on this if it's gonna pull off. I know Cars, I gotta connect with him. It wasn't really looking like it was gonna be pulled off, but I need to take a little bit of a respite because I said it's my daughter got home from Prague, so I had a late night Sunday and adjusting to the time. So I unfortunately had been up since about 2:30 in the morning from Sunday to Monday morning, and then Monday night football, and then late BHL and TTNL All Access, and then Tuesday night CHGO. And then after that, I went on another Bear show with Ivan for a little bit. And then tonight, pulling off, pushing up towards 2.5 hour show. I would just had
4,245 people watching.
It is. And like I said,
great Dion Miller.
Don't forget, guys, we also have day jobs and
I got to get up to work tomorrow.
Young families. And you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah. I work today. I work tomorrow.
I hear you. But anyways, I'll share this before we get out of here. I was talking to Riley. They had their game tonight, soccer game, and he's like, "Man, you look tired." And I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, I am tired." Said I'm looking so forward to Friday. I have to, work my day job. I'll come home, but beyond that, I don't have any. I don't have to be anywhere. I don't have any commitments. I'm just gonna chill, take the kids. Probably go get some dinner and just hang out. And Riley's like, "Oh, we're not going to the football game." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right. We have season tickets to Syracuse and they play Friday night." So
there you go.
Now I have a commitment and we're gonna go. But yeah, football's never a commitment. It's always fun. So go watch Syracuse do whatever Syracuse does on the football field. Yeah, you never know, but it'll be fun.
Well, one other thing before I shout out all you fans for joining us tonight and all the support that you've given TTNL. Become a patron right above Shane, the tape, neverlies.com. It's that simple. I just have one last favor. Okay. And I think Bears fans jinxed the fucking Bears. And I'll tell you why. I get rivalry. I get it. Nobody hates the Packers more than me. Stop chanting fuck Green Bay Green Bay sucks when you're playing another opponent. It's embarrassing. It's worse than Logan Frost's take on the fucking Office. It's the worst look I've ever seen. It's embarrassing me. Like, we're playing the fucking Vikings and Green Bay sucks. Up 17-6. Shane, the whole north end zone's chanting it. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Oh, I know.
You're losing and they do it again. Like, what the
Yeah, it's because it's tradition and going through the tunnels and all of that shit.
It wasn't in the tunnels. This is during the fucking game.
Well, yeah, they do it everywhere, but you can
go fucking eat.
And especially under the circumstances.
Vic and Nito, whatever. Yeah. Nito and Nix. Stop. You're the ones that suck. Yeah. Stop it. Clean your house. That's it, Shane.
Yep. And that'll do it. We are out of here. I will keep you guys informed. I will talk to Cars, probably not this evening. Cars is probably out doing push-ups in his driveway.
Yes!
That's what he does on Wednesday nights. It's fucking weird, but we'll address that later.
100 push-ups. After. I'm so tired, but I'm gonna do it.
All right. We love you guys. We're out of here. Don't forget, sign up, scan that code down there, sign up. You get to see DDP's full comprehensive breakdown of Monday Night Football. It's $10 a month. If you don't like it, you can bounce, but I think you'll love
Not
it.
smart.
Well, Greg is not a patron, so that's true. Truer words have never been spoken. He does ask for the free stuff, though. Anyways, Bill, we're out of here. Bears, Lions this weekend. Dan Campbell made the guarantee. Hey, that's him putting his team on the spot. I respect it. Got Ben Johnson coming in. I expect them to be. I expect Dan Campbell to have his team ready. Will Ben Johnson have his team ready to go? We're about to find out. We'll see y'all then.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. Yeah.
Is that it, Phil? Are we out of here? Let's play this ender. We're out of here. We'll end it the way we started.